let's begin with another video of class 12 mathematics chapter 1 relations and functions, exercise 1.3, 8th question. Consider f such that r plus 2 4 8 given by f of x equal to x square plus 4. Show that f is invertible with the inverse of f given f by f inverse of y is equal to root y minus 4, where r plus is the set of all negative real numbers. So first we'll go for the question. Here we have function f where r plus is nothing, non-negative real numbers. Non-negative real numbers begins from where? Yes, it begins from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So no negative numbers, only positive real numbers. We include 0 as well in that. Okay, so here we have close interval 4 and here we have open interval the other side. Okay, so given by f of x. So what is f of x? Is x square plus 4. So what we have to prove? That it is invertible with inverse of f inverse of given by, where f inverse of y is given what? Equal to root y minus 4, where r plus, as I said it. Okay, solution. So we'll write first the given. So when we are supposed to, like, when we are asked to prove it as invertible, we have to show that the function is 1 1 as well on 2. So same thing we are doing it here. So let x1 x2 belongs to r plus. Why r plus? Here x1 is x2 belongs to this set. Okay, so f of x1 equal to f of x2. So what is a f of x? X square plus 1. So f x1 square plus 4 equal to x2 square plus 4. That's what here written. Okay, so next here 4 gets cancelled. Okay, so x1 square equal to x2 square. What is this x square equal to? When we take square root both the side, we get x1 equal to x2, and we know that this x1 and x2 belongs to r plus. Okay, so we have shown that f is 1 1. So okay, one part is over. Next for on 2, y belongs to 4 8. So the element y belongs to this set. Okay, so y is equal to x square plus 4. Writing x in terms of y, that is root y minus 4. We know that value of x is greater than 0. Why? Because r plus, set of all non-negative real numbers. So what is x? We know that x is root y minus 4. So that is root y minus 4 greater than or equal to 0. Next, taking squaring both the side, we get y minus 4 greater than or equal to 0. Next, minus 4 this side, so we get y greater than or equal to 4. So yes, y is greater than equal to 4 here. See, square bracket means what? Close interval, right? So it is equal to 4. So y is greater than equal to 4. Therefore f is onto, hence f is invertible. This is fine. Okay, so next we have to check f has inverse. So what is, when it is inverse, what you are supposed to find? We have first, when we are supposed to say that f is inverse, what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find GOF as well as FOG. But before that, we have to write x in terms of y. That's already written for the case of want to. So we are using the same thing, and we know that like when it is f inverse, we usually say f inverse is equal to g. So g such that, so we are making a codomain and domain, interchanging it. We know that when it is inverse, our codomain changes to domain and domain changes to codomain. So x equal to root y minus 4, that is x in terms of y. So g of y equal to root y minus 4. GOF of x is equal to GOF of f of x. So what is f of x? X square plus 4. So that we substitute in this. Okay, instead of y we substitute x square plus 4 minus 4 plus 4 minus 4 gets cancelled. So root of x square, that is x. So we got it. Okay, so GOF is x, that is ix. Next fog of y, f of g of y equal to, what is g of y? Root of y minus 4, that we write over here. Then we substitute in place of x in x square plus 4, and then root of y minus 4 the whole square. Root goes by, when we square the root goes, and what is remaining? Y minus 4 plus 4, so cut, that is minus 4 plus 4, 0, and we have y, that is equal to iy. So fog also we have proved. So hence f is invertible with inverse. F inverse of y is equal to root minus 4. Nothing from the question itself it's written, because we have proved everything, so we are writing this. Okay, so done. 8th question we have completed. Next we have 9th question. For 9th question you have to recall what you have studied in your class 10. Okay, let us see how we are applying that. Okay, consider f such that r plus 2 minus 5 infinity given by f of x is equal to 9x square plus 6x minus 5. Show that f is invertible with f inverse of y is equal to root y plus 6 minus 1 by 3. Okay, this is our question. I need not explain you more in this what to do. Solution, so we'll write the given. Now we remember factorization, but we can't factorize this. So what we do is we're using completing square method. Completing square method, according to completing square method, what did we write? We added and subtracted 1. When we add and subtract 1, factorization will become easy. So for that, what we do is, see, 9x square plus 6x plus 1 is what? 3x plus 1 the whole square minus 6. Okay, next, okay, we know that this was equal to y. Okay, yes, so minus 6 when it goes to the LHS plus 6 equal to 3x plus 1 the whole square. Taking square root both the side, we get root y plus 6 is equal to 3x plus 1, and then minus plus 1 over to the LHS, that is minus 1 is equal to 3x. So x equal to root of 5 plus 6 minus 1 by 3. So here we got x in terms of y. So g of y is equal to root y plus 6 minus 1 by 3. So for what are you supposed to find? Show that f is invertible with this. Okay, so we find the inverse. So GOF. In this case we have to find now GOF as well as fog. So likewise f of x we substitute. When we substitute it back, instead of y, that is in place of y plus 6, we substitute y. What is y? 9x square plus 6x minus 5 plus 6. So what is this? Minus 5 plus 6 is plus 1. We know that 9x square plus 6x plus 1 is 3x plus 1 the whole square. So under root we got 3x plus 1 the whole square, then minus 1 by 3. So what is this? When you square root it, it goes and we get 3x plus 1 minus 1 by 3, plus 1 minus 1 0, and 3x by 3, that is x. We got GOF as ix. So fog, f of g of y. What is our g of y? As written over here, root y plus 6 minus 1 by 3. Okay, so here we got it. We substitute it where we have got y, right? We'll use this. Instead of using that whole 9x square plus 6x minus 5, instead of using that, we'll use this. Okay, so when we substitute back x, what we get is, here 3 gets cancelled, and what is remaining? Root y plus 6 minus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled again, and then we have root of y plus 6 whole square minus 6. So square root and the square gets cancelled, that is the square cancels square root actually. So we get, instead of root y plus 6, we can write now y plus 6 minus 6, that is plus 6 minus 6, again 0. So we got y which is equal to ix. So hence we write it this one. So here we complete our 9th question. 10th question. Let f such that x to y be an invertible function. Show that f has unique inverse. Unique inverse means one and only inverse f is having. Okay, so here we have hint. Actually here the provided hint is half part of your answer. We'll see how it is part of our answer also. Hint, suppose g1 and g2 are two inverses of f. To a contradiction. We assume, right, like in lower classes when you were asked to prove root 3 is an irrational number, what do you write the contradiction? Root 2 is a rational number. So same way here only one inverse exists when we say unique inverse. So what we take the contradiction? Two inverse are there, that is g1 and g2. Then for all y belongs to y, for that is f of g1 of y equal to iy equal to f of g2 of y, use oneness of f. That is what we'll be using here, what we'll be doing here, we'll be using one method to solve this. So as we wrote this given, then from hint we write let g1 and g2 be, it's b, okay, be two inverses of f, and then for all y belongs to y, f of g1 of y equal to iy of y equal to f of g2 of y. It's from hint, okay, we are not writing from anywhere else. Then as per 1 what do we write? Yes, what do we write? Yes, we write f of x1 equal to f of x2. So what is there? Instead of that we are writing f of g1 of y is equal to f of g2 of y. So when we solve this, we know like how we write gof equal to g of f of x. So same way f of g1 of y equal to f of g2 of y. So next g1 of y is equal to g2 of y. So g1 is equal to g2, hence f has an unique inverse. Why? Because both are equal, that is one and the same. So that means g1 is equal to g2, so both are same, so that means only one. g1 and g2 are same thing, not two different thing, not two different function, they are the same function actually. Okay, next 11th question. Consider f such that 1 2 3 into a b c, given that f of 1 equal to a, f of 2 equal to b, f of 3 is equal to c. Find f of f inverse and show that f inverse of inverse equal to f. It's very easy actually. When you see the question you feel it's tough, it's very easy. So first we write our given. Fine, we have written a given. Okay. Next, so here we take when you take this when you form in the form of set. Okay, so 1 comma a, all agree this, right? You all know, right? You can write this function in this form. So 1 comma a, 2 comma b, 3 comma c. So when we take the inverse, nothing, we write ulta, 1 comma a comma 1, b comma 2, 3 comma c. So f inverse is nothing, ulta, this pairs you will be writing ulta. Okay, next again if we take the inverse of f inverse of f inverse, then f inverse of inverse equal to 1 comma a, 2 comma b, 3 comma c, which we know that it's equal to f. So hence proof. So we have completed our 11th question over here. Okay, 12th question. Let f such that x to y be an invertible function. Show that f inverse of f inverse is f, that is f inverse of inverse equal to f. Let's see. So they are already saying it's an invertible function. Okay, so then there exists g such that y to x. So gof equal to ix and fog is equal to iy, right? Okay. Next, so f inverse equal to g. Now as we know that gof equal to ix and fog equal to iy, then what did they ask you to prove? That inverse of f inverse is f. So f inverse of f inverse of equal to ix, that is this thing. Okay, and f o f inverse equal to iy. Okay, so that means what? F inverse of equal to ix, that is, it is satisfying a condition for inverse function, right? Okay, so f inverse equal to iy, again this is also satisfying a condition for inverse function. So hence f such that x to y be an is an invertible function, not b, actually I have copy pasted, okay, is an invertible function, and inverse of f inverse is f, that is f inverse of inverse equal to f. So here we complete our 12th question. Thank you.